So then, I'll just bundle right on into this in the interest of saving all of that lovely time. Welcome back to another fantabulous session of Clans of the North, Borks of the North, Borkaroos, all that stuff.
Never heard that last one before, but it's sure a thing now.
It is now, yeah. Welcome to Borkaroos. I'm a bit loopy. I literally have just crawled out of bed. But my cold is a lot better, so everything is great.
Let me just go change the stream name real quick.
Fork of the Roos.
Borkaroos.
Yeah.
Sleepy Skull. Alright. Just gonna sit most. This isn't even like the coffee I've got brewing. It was some coffee that was left in my cup that I put in the microwave just so that I had something to consume. It is foul because it is just like the burnt stuff from the bottom of the pot.
Gross.
Oh. I'll fetch a proper drink in a sec. It's still brewing right now. So when last we left off, you guys fought yourselves a big old danger crab. It was a crab, and it was full of tentacle things, and it was fucking huge. And you guys pretty handily dismantled it by, you know, being cautious when encountering a big old crabbo. It did. It didn't succeed in taking the last beer away from Stray, so it failed at crab battle. And then you defeated it, and you dismantled it. Some of the parts are being carried back to the Jarl's place. The reality is that some of them are going to have to spend, like, essentially an extra half a day just moving what equates to delicious crab rations. But in the meantime, you were processing the blood. You came away with a not inconsiderable quantity of the stuff. And there's a random police thingy siren going on outside. Multiple sirens. I don't know what that's all about, but cool.
A triple stabbing.
I wouldn't be massively surprised, but it's like we're in the dark hours of winter now, so people don't tend to get into like stabby fights because it's not summer when everyone has their fucking dander up.
It's too cold to stab.
Yeah, it is. It's too
today.
cold to go. It's too cold to wait in an alleyway to do a stabbing. But yes, you processed some blood and you came out with like a shit ton. Besides the blood, which you, oh yes, you came out with 20 pints of strong aqua blood, as well as a whole bunch of giant stuff, which is used for siege tier things. So you know, the Jarl will probably want that. The large stuff is still pretty good for you. And those acidic keratin spurs might have their own use. So I've got to blow by those, which is gross. Now then, you should have... Yeah, that crap had a ton of blood. You should have plenty of time to get to your destination, the tree. Because right now you guys are basically right here. It had a lot of blood, definitely. It's taken a while to get this processing done. So, I mean, night has already fallen, but the moon has not left the crest of its clouds. Like, it's not actually, you know, anywhere close to midnight. It just gets dark quite quickly. But you are looking at probably a couple of hours of walking, trotting, whatever, towards the Great Decrepit Tree. What do you guys do for now, though? You've got your blood. Are you going straight for it? Are you making preparations? What's the plan? Okay, let me just grab the old every single person's tokens. Lake Beast fight.
What the shit? Why does that crab have an enormous bulge?
Don't question it.
Okay.
Let's see.
I think it's just a beer gut or something. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
What?
Oh,
Your
right.
beer, your
no.
beer gut doesn't travel
Right, yes.
down to your dingus.
Fen wishes that's how it worked.
I wish that's how it worked. I mean, I don't really want extra dingus, but if I knew that I could drink my way to a larger penis, then I'd be like, all right, let's see how far this fucking rabbit hole goes.
If that was true, I wouldn't be able to move.
Alright, Kiro.
Oh,
All
leave
right,
me
then.
alone.
I've managed
No.
to pull in 2 Sierras. Let's
Drink's
see
terrible
here.
liquor, anyways.
Yeah.
Ah.
What?
Pulled her into the nth dimension, trying to like reset everybody. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
I
we
forgot
had a
Sierra
short
became a
rest,
double.
right?
Yes, you could have had a short rest. Feel free to regenerate all of your bits and pieces.
We did. Yeah, we did take a short rest while it took all that time to tear the crab apart.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna...
The Jarl and his men had to go back to the keep to get, what are they called? Giant little, like, crack things. What are those things called?
Hammers?
They use open crab. No, they use open crab. Well, people use open crab anyways.
Raw gumption. No, they're probably using like fucking lucerne as crab picks.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Somehow we managed to double ninja mass Saoirse.
Yes, she is a double ninja. I didn't see fit to take the token away, so she gets to stay as a double ninja.
Amazing.
Is there a Kina here? He's been quiet.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, hey. Hello, Kina. Are you still sick then?
Yes.
Okay. Feel free to refill all of Anna's bits and pieces, spend hit die as necessary, because I know that you took a bit of a kicking.
Yes, I did. Just a little bit.
Just a smidge. Just a smidge of a kicking. Crabshell gates, yeah, they're gonna get crabshell gates for their castle.
Oh yeah.
Honestly,
cool.
like, that thing was hella tough.
Yep, it is indeed tougher than the thick wood that currently makes up the entryway keeps gates. Indeed, the issue now is making it so that the stone that goes around the gate is as tough as the shell that is there.
Oh my god, are they actually doing the fucking crab gates?
Yeah, they're gonna have to get in some specialist artisans to like essentially form a gate out of the one solid piece without ruining its integrity. But they tell you that, you know, it is a worthwhile endeavor, and having great beast stuff like fucking laid out like that is pretty fucking good for, you know, looking like an impressive Jarl.
Cool.
Although I feel better, my voice, throat, and nose are certainly telling me I don't sound any better, so I do apologize for any groggliness. I'll fetch some more coffee in a moment. But yes, it is late, but the ritual itself has not begun. As you approach the tree, there are a few evidences of preparations being made. Like there are ritual circles into the ground. I'm just going to pull up some just generic runes for now, because
I bought a bunch from Gabriel Pickard.
I mean, yeah, they're good choices. I, on the other hand, didn't really have any spare cash for buying stuff, and I already give roll 20 money. I think that rune, of course, it was all those sexy Alaroon girls first. Not this time, Alaroon girls. Yep. Okay. Although they're generally considered to be like woodsy symbols of, like they're made of bark and leaves and intertwined like older metals, so bronze, that kind of thing. They're just using big blue circles. There's one there. There's one there. One there. Oh, no, not really close enough. There. And one there. Likewise, around the tree itself, there have been laid out a number of ornate skulls. They don't look like some new person has already been harvested. They look like ritual pieces that have been brought into place before. A series of skulls inlaid with bronze. They've got like sacrificial daggers clenched between their teeth, although the daggers themselves are like chipped and damaged from youth use.
You have so much youth. Hey, Scow, you're not in streamer mode, right?
No, I'm not.
You might want to switch to Do Not Disturb for a second.
Okay. I mean, I'm not streaming, so okay, there you go. Don't know why that's a biggie, but cool. Yes, these rituals, this like series of ritual circles, like it looks pagan as fuck out here. And of course Discord froze. Yeah, you warned me. I've gone into D&D mode just in time for your Discord to shit out on you. As well, there is a... it looks like a flute that two of them are chanting over, whilst the other is, you know, like perched up on a little chair and sipping from a glass of wine. Not glass of wine, a wooden cup of wine. And then you all walk into the clearing, into view. Well, the two chanting, the chocolate-skinned satyr will approach you all. Why, there are more of you here than I remember. Welcome to our glade. Well, not our glade, but welcome to the glade. We see that your adorable small fairy is here. Thankfully, we can see her because an inverse double ninja is actually extra visible as opposed to double invisible.
How did you get two of those on
We
your
don't
token?
know.
We both basically clicked ninja mask at the same time, so it didn't know to remove it or to just duplicate it. Like,
Huh.
it
We
received
basically
the
did the
on-signal
dupe
twice.
glitch from Payday.
Yeah, we duped.
It's super cool, and I want to keep this forever now.
Double ninja invisible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, coffee pot should be ready, so bear with me a second. I'm gonna go fetch more precious caffeine.
Life juice.
Lifeblood.
I said caffeine, not alcohol, but, you know, it's close.
Close enough, I guess.
And back. Yeah, if it were an Irish coffee, then we'd be fucking talking. Those are some neat runes. Wow, no kidding, I had to go into D&D. That would have been quite a blasting of blips and bloops. So yes, the chocolate skin satyr will approach you while her two sisters are working on what is effectively a magical flute. I'm intrigued as to why you brought so many friends. Please, do approach.
Hi!
Hello, little Saoirse. It's a pleasure to meet you again. And she will tip her little skirt, a little curtsy.
Tip her hat, milady.
My lady. My fairy. She will pause when Anna approaches that. Oh, please do be careful not to try and disrupt these ritual circles. They've been set into place now, so damaging them could risk...
You make a lot of
possibly
pretty
Eldritch.
shape.
Yes, thank you very much. They're an old practice of ours. She's like, looks kind of unsure as she watches Anna sort of do circles around it. I'm quite serious. Don't try to damage those. The backlash
I
would be
can make
unpleasant
really
for
pretty
all of
shapes
us.
too. And faces.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't suppose that they are particularly druidic in nature, though.
I
Yeah,
don't
they're
know.
not.
Okay.
This one looks like a kitty cat.
She'll like pause and squint. Like it appears like her like steam, her thunder has been sort of taken away from her. She'll pause and go. Maybe.
Don't mind Anna.
It could look a little. Never mind.
We brought reagents for your spell.
Oh, which of these lovely people is it? Is it the big strapping orc?
Nah, we're not gonna do that. Instead, we killed a great beast.
She'll blink slowly. Interesting. I mean, we were intending to use live sacrifices, you realize.
Yes, but now we have lots and lots of blood, and it's still charged. Mom uses it for magic. It can be the blood keeps its potency for a real long time.
She'll scratch a cheek awkwardly and look over her shoulder. The sisters have paused in their chanting and gently settled their flute down. They approach. I see. They have a quick conversation amongst themselves, and there's a curious shrug. Could you give me a charisma check from Saoirse with advantage, please?
Do I have time to cast this? Oh, no, wait, no. That wouldn't work if it's a... Okay, charisma check with advantage.
You always have guidance on yourself.
Yeah, I do have guidance on myself. But, charisma check, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, no. And then,
13. Okay. Well, I mean, they aren't going to decline you out of hand. They're curious. They're going to need some kind of proof, I suppose, that this is actually what you're after.
Can I show off my bustier, which is made using Great Beast blood?
She'll look confused and go, please do approach. I hope you don't find it rude if we ask that some of you keep some distance. We're coming to understand that our ways are not exactly appreciated here.
Really just the use of live sacrifices that rubs us the wrong way.
She'll scratch her chin. I don't know. Okay, regardless, yes, do approach. Bring some of this blood, I suppose.
oh, well, in that case, I have all the blood.
The blood. Oh,
The
the
blood.
smell of it.
It sings to me.
Oh, it's enough to make a man sick.
Jeanette will approach and reach in and pull out one of the jars of energized blood.
Alright, the flufia of the satyrs will approach and pick up the jug. It's quite heavy. How very interesting. It's cold but still viscous. And she'll turn it gently over and over. You see, we have used great beasts before, but it happens to be that they're, although potent, they don't tend to have the same level of sentient veracity.
I mean, we have lots and lots of it, though. It was pretty big. It was, like, most things are really big to me, but it was even bigger than that. They're gonna
Nice.
use it show as a gate.
She'll throw up her brow. And you brought this thing low, then? The fluffy satyr is still looking over it. She's going to do an arcana test, assisted by one of her sisters.
The one on the left?
13's all around.
13's all around. Luckily, guess what they have as fucking druids? Goddamn guidance. Hey, they made it past 15.
Yay!
Well, it certainly does have a decent quantity of potency. It might compare to that of a human screaming their last life's blood onto the ground, but when you say you have a lot, how much do you genuinely mean? We had prepared at least some 15 sacrifices.
Gallons and gallons and gallons. It was very, very big. And we're
Let's
big,
see.
strong monster hunters. She pumps her fist in the air.
I see.
It was a giant lobster.
Crab
2.5
battle!
gallons.
She'll pause and they'll have another word. Saoirse and indeed Jeanette, you're both close enough to listen in on it, but I think Saoirse is the only one that speaks Druid.
Yep.
Can you give me a perception test, please?
Alright, hang on. Oh no, where'd all my, stuff go? I had written down all of her, like, traits that she had. God damn it. Okay, it's enhanced smell and taste. I had to go over to my other thing. Okay, so
okay.
it's not enhanced hearing.
No.
So,
When we say human sacrifices, do we mean humans or mix of races here?
16.
The races are mixed generally.
There's no.
Okay. Saoirse can make out the depths of it. Their conversation boils down to, there are an awful lot of them. It would be quite risky to get into a fight, and you know what? These people are, they did take down a great beast quite recently. And they don't seem particularly injured for the cause. Like, essentially, they're like, although they're super on the fence about using something that isn't a live sacrifice, they are of the opinion that, intending to go along with their plan, they're pretty certain that they could kill most of you, but one of them might fall in the process.
Like, can we take him? Maybe.
Yeah, they're like, well, I wouldn't want any of us to die, sisters. They are, however, it should be added, Saoirse, like, they are quite confident they could kill all of you, that they don't want to lose one of their sisters in the process.
Oh my.
Well, they can be confident of that. That's fine.
This is true.
It's basically Scout telling us they're at least 10th level.
I'm not afraid of
Probably
three
level
10th level
14
druids.
or something like that.
I mean, I was going to say, like, you've seen what druids are generally capable of, even at your character levels, right?
Yeah. We're
Yep.
just gonna stand there and then my action economy.
It's
I
true.
mean, maybe.
There's like
also,
10 of us.
Yeah, with this, when you guess how many lair actions they have?
No, I'm
3.
okay. 5.
4.
It is 4. That's right.
Okay.
Well, remember, you can only use one layer action a turn.
Yeah, but it's 4. It's not. I use the lair action token for my descriptive thing, but they all have one free invocation that they use as though they were legendary reactions. Like, I look at the thing, it's like, that's a really cool idea. Steals it immediately. Effectively, each of these people have an ability as a legendary action to force their lair to act, and they can do it once for every single rune that's here.
I see, I see.
It's really fucking cool. That said, you guys have made it obvious you're not fighting them, so don't have to worry about that part. And again, they don't really want to fight you anymore. You are potent enough to at least kill one of them, but they are, as legendary actions, able to just make the lair do things, and there are quite nasty druidy things that they can do.
Seizure will just pipe up in Draconic. And Mom can infuse things with magic because she's a powerful oh wait, she's alchemist.
Welcomist. Wow.
Alchemist.
Hmm.
I can though.
It's true. It's very true. Yeah, at least one of them appears to understand Draconic, the chocolate-skinned one.
Not
Wiggling.
Draconic, sorry, Druidic.
Okay. Yeah, they all understand and pause. You know, it's very rude to listen in. But, yes, I suppose an infusion would not go unappreciated. When you send Titian in the air to scout around, he has particularly good night vision. Where there were all of those human shrines before, there are now, like, a couple of people all sort of, like, just chilling out at each of them, like, drinking and sitting by the fire and eating food. You don't even know where they came from. There are all sorts of various races. You can give me a perception test, spot test even from, because I think
Okay.
he specifically has spot as a thing. As
He has advantage on traits using his peepers.
Yep. Okay. Cool. All right. Cool.
Fucking
It is.
Yeah, like there is a small keg of like mystical looking booze that they are all heartily tapping. and like they're all of mixed races and stuff. Like there are slave races and humans like involved in this, and they don't seem to be particularly mindful of each other's class position, and they're getting up to some pretty randy shit. But none of them seem to be leaving like more than a 20-meter radius of each of these shrines.
And they don't look
And
like
as he
they're
goes from-
like being threatened or anything. There's no like dark druids sitting in the shadows with a bow or something. They're actually just voluntary sacrifices.
They look like voluntary sacrifices. He would have to like go down and look properly, which he's welcome to give a try.
Yeah, sure. We'll do so. See what his magic eyes can see.
Yeah, when he lands down on the on like just to say the edge of the shrine thing, there is this immediate tugging need for him to join in this party. Of course, he's come into it recognizing this whole situation, and he didn't spend his time being flirted with by sexy satyr druids. Thyri's got a cold.
Thyri just starts going, what?
Yeah.
The wires get crossed sometimes.
Yeah. Your connection with Titian when he lands down in this area, like you can basically feel him like always at the edge of your mind as a presence, because he can, well, he would be out of range of you right now, but you can always feel his connection. Like it muddies and fuzzies as he lands down, and like immediately, you know, smart enough dude, he will fly back away from that thing before he's drawn into the urge to join in a bacchanal orgy and lose his connection to you. As tempting as it may be.
Okay, so not necessarily voluntary. Just ensorcellated.
At the very least, yeah, they're probably enchanted in some fashion. It was obviously not a strong petition because he's a bird, and he did not do any consuming of fine alkaboos. But yeah, it's like they practically look like they're getting into a full swing orgy, but none of them are leaving the vicinity of that ritual stone. In the last hour, at least. Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, we'll recall the burb.
Yeah, when he gets back into range, he's able to essentially, you know, play camera feedback of what he saw with his peeper eyes.
Alright, and I'll just...
Looks like a good fucking time.
Yeah, I bet. I'll just, like, take a little step forward and whisper that to Jeanette, who can pass the information along to Saoirse. And go back
We have our own whisper session in revenge.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you have secrets, we have our own too.
Fine, one of them's gonna try a perception test back. That'll fucking show you. Yeah! That's
yeah,
right,
except
they
it
hear
was
you.
all in deep speech. But
No!
I'm the only one who knows that. So.
Yeah,
No, it's totally an infernal. Does Jeanette know that?
No,
Aww.
I do.
Jeanette's
Orcish?
learning it.
She's
I
learning
know.
Abyssal.
I half know infernal. I know like
The curse words.
yeah. I
You
know
know where to
what
ask the
curse words
bathroom
are.
is.
I know where to ask where the bathroom is, and I know how to ask for alcohol.
It's true. 2 drinks, please, is the important language. Did you know the infernal for 2 drinks, please is A up, cunt?
A up, cunt.
Yep, that's obviously how infernal works.
The theory takes great offense at this, you racist.
No, she doesn't. How amazing would it be if all of the polite words like please, thank you, and all of that shit was just different horrible curse words in common? It'd be the best thing. Fuck you! Oh, fuck you too!
So, basically British.
Sure. I was going to go more with Scottish, but alright.
It's same difference.
It is, yeah. Well, you see, they're British when it's Scottish and they invent something cool. Otherwise, it's Scottish if they're just doing something drunk and stupid.
Imperialism.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Like, did you know the British invented a lot of amazing things, and the Scottish like to drink and get in fights? That's basically how our history revises itself. It's kind of amazing.
Anyway.
Indeed, I'm sure you guys are taught, sorry for the entire aside, I'm sure you guys are taught that a lot of inventions that happened, like all of the important inventions that have come from the UK and all that stuff, are referred to as British or English. Basically, all of them are by Scots. We
Amazing.
fucking owned that piece of history. We took control as the winners of that history, and look, like, we're way smart, but really, it's those drunken Scots and their fucking whiskey wisdom who invented all these amazing things. But
The
yes.
pure keening light of alcoholism.
Mm. It is a lighthouse in the darkness which attracts all genius. But yes, the satyrs will speak amongst themselves a little bit longer and sigh reluctantly. Alright, how much of this blood do you actually have? Although it would be a disappointment not to go through the proper rituals, we can come to some sort of arrangement if you're willing to assist us.
The fresh blood we have 20 pints of, and then we have some other even more potent blood that's a little older.
Gut crab. Alright. 20 pints strong aqua blood. And I can infuse and just dump all of my spells to infuse them with magic.
Okay.
And I can also, if they take the time to go through rituals with me, I can also dump their spell slots into infusing it.
That sounds like exactly the kind of thing that they would like their assistance with. I'm sorry, I need to learn.
That's not a class thing, that's just something that I've been allowed to do before, so it just requires a harder check. A check. It just requires a check at all, actually.
Yes, yeah, indeed. It's a thing I allow, because magic and enchantment, all that kind of stuff is very freeform in this setting, as long as you can think up enough roleplay mumbo-jumbo to throw into it.
Well, yeah, usually, infusion is free from me, but how we've done it is if I'm infusing with other people's magic, I have to make an Arcana test. So you want me to do that?
Correct, and you can burn their spell slots.
And I am going to... Oh, wait, I don't need to use my inspiration on this because I can just have assistance. So, you know, same.
The +1 armor's worth of Residium. What was that spent on?
I think it was on Astra's +1 armor.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, yeah. Just making sure.
But wait, there's... Oh, no, I wouldn't be able to even cross the 30 threshold, so I'm just going to keep with 25.
Okay. Keep it at the nicer looking number.
It would be literally useless to throw at it.
In this case, is true. The target number was 20, so I mean... Congratulations. Alright then, so this is going to take a little bit of time. At the same end of it, the two girls are... They'll look a little bit disappointed. They will cease the ritual on their flute, and one of them will pack it gently away. And they'll form a ritual circle with you. Let's see here. The tree is too massive even for 4 people to hold hands around it. They will describe the method of the original ritual that you're going to have to, usurp. The idea was to have their sacrifices come to the tree. That was going to be done Pied Piper style with a flute. Essentially, they would all be expected to cease their orgy and approach. Full of all of that vital goodness that comes from drinking a shit ton of fawn wine, satyr wine, and having some fucking smash. I had something vaguely similar, so when he put it in, I was like, yeah, A+. Fuck yeah. You forget we both stole a shit ton of Werewolf for this. Originally the plan would be to have all of these individuals holding hands around the tree. And during the process of the ritual, they can say their fancy druid words and cut each throat and go around in a circle. None of them would fall to the ground even as their lifeblood was spent. And then once they reach the final person and reach the crescendo of their ritual, they all fall down and are consumed by the tree, which would then be revitalized. How do you usurp this ritual? You have to make it your own now, and presumably do so without slitting anyone's throats.
But I am, because this is basically a druidic ritual too. Saoirse's gonna be helping me.
Okay.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is we've got a lot of blood around here, and I'm going to be using that as basically like the charging focus for this ritual. I'm going to be using an arcane ritual to like my powers are more arcane rather than druidic, so I'm going to be using arcane rituals to basically dump what's it called?
Druid spell slots.
Yeah, druid spell slots and my own spell slots into the magic into the blood to revitalize it, and Saoirse's going to be there, adding not only her own spell slots but as a way to focus in on what Jeanette's gonna be doing. She's going to be using her own spell focus, which is the I forget what she actually has. It's what particular wood, but it's a wood made of that is connected to like the Feywild.
Yes, it was your little Fey branch thing.
Yeah.
I believe you got it from a Dryad?
Yeah, Dryad gave it to her.
Right. Yeah, no, that would certainly be the kind of thing that you're after. Okay then. Don't mind, I'll take some liberties with the description of this. You are able to recreate this, wringing of tied hands by placing down each of these jars of strong aquid blood, like in a slow, like concentric ring around the tree. The dryads will, amongst themselves, produce for you. I mean, it looks like twine, but it's very obviously like sinew string. And use it like as little ties between, like, if you imagine wrapping it around the head of a jar and then running the string across to the next jar, running around the head of that, essentially all the way around each of these 20 jars. So they're all now essentially connected by sinew, representation of human contact. Although one of them looks a little bit displeased that, they're essentially usurping their ritual. They're going to try and recreate it to the theme of what's meant to happen as opposed to the explicit letter. So they get these jars lined up, and you are able to begin this ritual. So you're using yourself, Saoirse, and these 3 druids as spell slots. Do any of your companions volunteer to bung some force into this as well?
I can drop a couple of 4th level slots into it.
Okay.
Can I help? Can I help? Oh, can I help my friend?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with you being able to do so as well.
Oh, should I draw my happy dance circle first?
Probably not a good idea. They don't actually want other, like, ritual pieces involved in the whole matter. They're just after raw power, whereas yours would quite definitely be pulling, like, fucking Eldritch magic in. Although that would work, even Saoirse would be like, that sounds like not a great idea.
Okay.
Like, even Saoirse would pause and be like, let's not make a great beast out of a big tree. Let's not do that.
Okay.
Is that how that works?
It might be what happens if you were to try and pull Warlock ritual, like, just essentially usurp everyone's spell slots and turn it into just Warlock slots.
It's the Dark Souls 3 tree.
Oh yeah, it turns into the fucking trees that grab you. Or do you mean the plague?
The curse-rotted greatwood, yeah.
Curse-rotted greatwood. Might essentially be what happens.
Yeah, badass.
Yeah. One of the loose ties to, like, where great beasts come from. I mean, admittedly, it isn't 100% a theory, and it's not something that I'll ever confirm, because I want there to be multiple ways they could come into being. But, like, using like, Warlock magic on something is generally not considered a good idea, and usurping everyone's druid spell slots and arcane spell slots and turning them into a Warlock spell would be real bad. That's more Eldritch magic than gets seen, like, casted by, even 10 Warlocks in combat, because, you guys get your short loads. All of the powerful spells It's not multitudinous.
I will donate my 2 4th level spell slots.
Okie dokie. Alright then. We've already used a 4 level spell slot. Okay, so the ritual begins. Stray, can you give me an Arcana test? You have advantage. I'm going to do some respectively. In fact, everyone who's giving up a spell slot, can you give me an Arcana test with advantage?
Sure.
Sure, I'll donate a 3.
Fuck yeah.
26.
Guidance gets me over the threshold.
26.
Yep.
26.
15.
Alright.
Said fucking guidance. There.
Stop being better at my job than me.
No. I'm the best wizard.
One makes into 20 and one makes over 25. Okay.
So I got nothing.
You did not make it a 20. That is a shame. Okay, so yeah, who got over 20? Because that'll
Me.
count to successes.
Me.
Right. No one got below 10, right?
No?
Nope. Okay, so it does not add failures. Okay then, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay. So yeah, the ritual commences, and each of you feel like this draw on your energies. Although Jeanette is in control of it, the druids seem familiar with what's going on. Jeanette, you've never felt like when your spell slots are being spent as though it were also spending some kind of your vitality. But you are able to keep this pull specifically to the arcane forces. To everyone who didn't make it to 20, you gain a rank of exhaustion. As you feel it, like, essentially all you're trying to effectively give up magic for use, like, it takes a little bit more from you than you were expecting. Not enough to harm you, but it is certainly enough to exhaust you. You just feel tired as this ritual goes on. Likewise, one of the satyrs looks quite exhausted as this processes. But as you do so, you can see, like, blood is starting to not bubble, but it's sort of pushing its way out of the jar. And you can see now that there are droplets of it that are climbing onto these sinuous twines and traveling along the twines from jar to jar, forming a connection of the blood. As you do so, you'll feel quite warm as this heat begins to develop to its more thorough state. The druids begin their chanting in a language unfamiliar to all but Saoirse, and even Saoirse knows that some of these words are older than anyone here, although, you know, his words are only technically immortal. She is able to join in at parts, sort of like if you had people singing along to songs in the car, but they only knew the chorus part. Saoirse is able to join in their ritualist song in the chorus of its segments. You are there now for perhaps 30 minutes pass. Like, although you only have so many spell slots, like, taking from each of them is quite a slow process. Can everyone who passed, so this doesn't include those who have their ranks of exhaustion, can everyone who passed give me a Constitution saving throw?
Did I pass with the 15?
No.
Alright.
But that 15 was so good.
Sure, this is
So
going to be
strong.
just fine.
I got a 16,
Oof.
and I failed.
Okay, so what's going on?
Constitution saving throws if you are someone who succeeded in the Arcana test.
I'm so proud of Anna getting a 15.
12. Going strong, guys.
You want to guess what these guys specialize in for saves?
Oh wow, Anna did get a 15 with a -1. Well done.
Yeah, it was a very good test, man, but sadly, not 20. The druids are all going to be fine. 12. Alright then, so Jeanette, you gain a rank of exhaustion. Thyri, you pass. The satyrs all pass. I believe we need one from Saoirse herself.
Sushi didn't make one of those, actually. It was
Oh.
just Jeanette that didn't make an Arcana test.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I forgot. I will retroactively make an Arcana test.
Yes, please.
17.
Alright, let's see. Does guidance take you up to 20?
Yes.
It does. Alright, and then a constitution save, please.
60.
Alright, you pass. A DC was 16. Okay then. The ritual continues. Maybe 30 minutes pass. Everyone else watching gets to see them all sort of like sway slowly on the spot. And even though none of you know the words, some of you begin joining in on the ritual as it repeats over itself like a sonorous, like just a hymn that starts to bubble out of you all. And you can all feel like everyone's heartbeats will like slow down as one. Although none of you are connected, you're almost certain that everyone's hearts are beating as one. Like you can hear it in your ears practically. And then the ritual ends, but that sound, that sensation of like multiple heartbeats all bubbling as one is still going on like rhythmically in the backs of your minds. When you look towards the tree, you can see that all of the blood within, like all those glasses and jars, like there's nothing but like dried, flaky, rusty specks, like covering all of them. It looks like they've all entirely emptied out. The roots at the base of the tree, you'd swear looking at them that they're moving, but they very obviously aren't. It's quite an unreal sensation, and the satyrs all seem quite pleased with themselves. Nothing as yet appears to be happening with the tree, though. They all take a number of seats and they wait in reverent silence that seems ill-fitting to be broken so soon. When finally Chocolate Fawn will speak up again. We think that's done it. Well, it's hard to say. We won't know now until the tree buds and blooms, which may take a little bit of time. But we think that's worked.
Yeah, we did it, guys!
Yay!
I'm gonna have so many fairy friends now.
Yes, I believe it should attract at the very least minor fey to this location.
Yay, little sisters!
Also, kind of disappointed you guys didn't like fail horrendously, although I forgot that basically at your status, you all have to roll, you know, like sub 10 to initiate enough failure states. And no, you all actually, for the most part, rolled like fucking 15s and up and shit.
Yeah,
Just,
we're
like,
good at
scrolling
magic.
over it, it's like fucking 15s, 19s, 13s.
You're asking me
16s.
literally to do my job.
Yep. 15s. Well, even then, it's like you did have to all roll above average to create successes as well. I was like, I mean, I need 5 successes. There are a lot of them in there. Maybe they'll succeed, or maybe they'll fuck it up. And you didn't fuck it up, so part of me is disappointed because then I don't get to make bad things TM happen. But that means I get to save them for later encounters and adjust them a little bit more because it was prepared before I saw you guys fight the crowd, then get a proper scope of your capabilities. But yeah, the druids seem pleased with themselves and inform you that come daybreak, everyone who's busy partying will have walked to their homes and presumably climbed into their beds and wake up with the world's most terrible series of hangovers, but they didn't get sacrificed to a tree, so, you know, good for them.
Yay!
Yeah, victory.
Hey! I promise to show you ancient fey magic. Watch this! And
Swear to God.
Sutra's gonna fly over here. Hey!
For glitter in
great.
everyone's face.
Yeah, that's entirely what I was
Pocket
expecting.
glitter! Ancient fey magic, go!
And just gonna start going.
Sounds about right. Glitter
And
bomb!
it didn't work. Do the thing. I did the thing. Whoosh.
area with a 30-foot radius. Your allies gain plus 5 from flames can't put torches, not visible outside the area. These effects from end when you leave the area. Sure, you can make a little gloaming zone. The satyrs themselves look, although not rank of exhaustion, indeed everyone who's involved in it is probably feeling tired. You had to make con saves, so although it didn't disrupt you, you're certainly all feeling a little bit bone weary and achy. They are beginning to spend some of their lobby level spell slots on some little acorns, and then they sprout into things familiar to most because they are goatee. Tiny huts. Tiny huts. They summon a number of tiny huts, which are the best. They confess that they would like to set up their proper domiciles, but their spell slots are, as we would describe it, fucking spent. Now that they are weak, would you like to kill them all?
I mean, if we were playing a game that awarded XP for killing them, yes, but alas.
Yeah. But yes, they will set up a number of tiny huts.
They're all super best friends with Saoirse now. At least she's convinced of that.
Yeah, I mean, they're not 100% sure, but now in the future, if you ever want to do something related to your druid skills during downtime, you can come to this tree, and they will be able to assist you with those matters. As opposed to going all the way to, what's it fucking called? Grandest.
Grandest.
Because Grandest is very, very far away, all things considered, and a travel through the trees that try to make you lost. They will be able to do so here. I'm going to put a little note on the map screen. Just all y'all all over here. Red. I don't remember what fucking font that is. Is that Contrail or Candle? I don't know. It ain't Candle.
I think it's Contrail.
It is Contrail.
That's a successful quest.
It is a successful quest.
I believe you said once we actually hand that quest in, we would level up.
That is correct. And we haven't reached the end of the session though, so.
Oh.
I want to stay level 7.
It's fine. You guys are going to be at 8 forever. It's also an opportunity for your lobies to catch up.
What? The lobies are level 7? Ah, well, lobby, okay.
Yeah. I believe.
No,
Saoirse's...
she's level 6.
Yeah, Saoirse's not even there yet.
Yeah, you just made it a level 6. No, she did. That's how she got Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow.
Yep. And I believe, like, let's see here. Astra's, she's
6.
5. Henry's 6. Yeah, I mean, they will make it to 7. You guys will make it to 8. Astra is still 1 behind, but she'll catch up soon enough. Don't expect to level much further beyond 8 now, though, you guys.
Please. Okay. Don't let. This is good for me. I don't like being that high level.
This is true.
Level 7 is literally the best level.
It's true. The level 8 really isn't that much of a difference, except ability score improvements.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, 8 is that opportunity to, like, shore up those odd numbers that you might have left on your sheet that you haven't fixed in previous ASIs.
Yeah, but
I just wish I could learn more spells.
To do something else.
And you do learn a new spell at 8th level.
Yeah, but after that, I won't learn any more spells ever.
Well, that's why you should be a Warlock of the Tome, so you can learn all of the rituals forever.
Okay.
But stabbing.
Well, stab them with knowledge.
Knowledge is the greatest bladed weapon. But yeah, they set up their tiny huts, but of course the first thing they do when they go into those tiny huts is they will walk into their huts, there's a long pause, and they will walk back out wielding kegs.
Woo. Are we going to drink now?
Would you like to drink and join us? I mean, it is a successfully completed ritual. The proper expectation.
You're not there. You already vanished in the orgy.
No, there isn't an orgy yet. Unless she's going to, like, run out into the snows to the closest ritual stone and grab a bunch of people.
What?
Not yet.
That's quite a walk away, and only Tishan actually saw those, and he had to fly to go to get there.
So
You weren't
I
doing
guess-
this ritual where there were just like people
Yeah.
off screen fucking.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that. I guess Thyri would have told Viv that. Yeah, that makes sense.
By the way,
Probably
Viv,
not.
there are bewitching orgies going on. Go, go! Just like sprints off into the darkness.
I'll wait till there's satyr one involved.
I mean, there's Satyr wine involved in all of those, but yes, they will indeed invite you guys to join in their post-ritual festivities. They pull out chairs,
Alright,
they
so
set
what-
up some extra campfires.
Alright, what was that save?
Oh, against getting infatuated. Let's see here.
Was it con?
It is a con save, yes.
Now that I know what it is, can I intentionally fail it?
I think con save is one of those ones you can't really intentionally fail unless it's things like exhaustion. Like your body will generally try to fight poisons.
It's true.
It's an automatic response.
Oh yeah, I have a rank of exhaustion. That means I have disadvantage on the save.
Correct. Don't worry. Yeah, I was like, don't you worry though. You could be trying to fail it. All right. Wow, your con saves are very good.
I mean, it's a sorcerer proficiency.
Luckily, it's Satyr wine, so none of you succeed apart from Jeanette, whose iron hard constitution is unstoppable. You know who doesn't abstain? I bet that's fucking Astra.
Yeah. Oh boy. Asher, please don't get involved in an orgy in front of Mom. Thanks. Fuck yeah.
Runs off into the night with one of the satyrs.
No. Actually, yeah, that's fine.
I mean, they might invite her back to the tiny hut, but she doesn't completely lose control of herself immediately, so that's nice.
Oh hey,
I
I
don't
can
know
learn
what to
to
do.
All the rest of us, except for Jeanette, are in fucking heat.
Yep. So yeah, you are in your mixed states of heat and rut as the party goes on. For those of you who are able to keep their shit together, you're able to observe more appropriately. Yeah, I mean, they seem to be quite happily getting to shitfacery. Sirish's wings turn pink.
Yay!
Yeah, some of them will happily drag you away into their tiny huts and into the rapey darkness. Also, as well, things like, you know, just nice foods are all prepared. A lot of it tends to be fruits, but, you know, they're blood druids. They're hardly going to shy away from eating meat. So there are, on top of, like, various assortments of fruit and vegetables, they have a number of, like, fine steaks, some venison and stuff that they're all sort of
Yeah.
piling out and making
Yum.
sure people can enjoy. And yeah, they'll throw a proper fucking party with you all. Now, who goes into... Does Chocolate Wife get some fairy loving? Sure thing. You know what? Sure thing.
Yes.
The adorable chocolate satyr will happily take Sirsha away into a tiny hut. Now, does Astra join in? She certainly passed her save, but that doesn't mean that she won't necessarily be interested in, you know, going down to Slamtown.
I don't know. These druids are creepy as shit. Like, they're hot and they're cute, but Astra has Cynthia back at home. And
Well,
also,
that's
yeah,
true.
murder druids. Probably not her thing. So
However,
instead,
gallons
just
of hormones.
go masturbate in the corner.
That's true. Yeah. Part me wants to call in her floor hormones, gallons of hormones. But no, it's cool. It's all good.
Hey, you just call in her flaw, but then give her advantage on it because they're creepy.
Also, I love this thing here. Frothy Berserker Papa noises. Yeah.
No Eiffel Tower this time either.
Nope. I believe this would be Sirsha's first one-on-one sexual encounter, though. So, how does she do? Let's find out how some of you people all do.
Oh boy.
What even is that performance? Oh no.
And from Anna as well.
Also me. Oh.
And from Viv.
Alright.
Yep. Let's see how you guys
What
all
are we?
do.
What are we doing?
Fucking.
You know
I
what?
mean bad. I meant what check?
You know what?
What do you want to
I will-
use?
Handle
yeah,
animal. Pet that goat.
Oh no!
Oh my god, that's... You know what? I will say, yeah, you could totally use a handle animal in this instance.
Oh my
Gross.
Because it is a druid.
Fuck no!
Oh no!
Oh, God.
Funny.
You know
That's
what?
funny.
I'm not only am I gonna do that, I'm going to spend my give my inspiration to Saoirse. Yeah, take
Alright.
that.
Alright.
21. I
I'm just
didn't
gonna
need
roll
it.
performance. Oh my!
Oh my.
That's just a raw check too. I don't have proficiency in performance.
Finally, a use for animal handling.
Oh no!
Can I use athletics?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, now look at you guys. The fucking 20 crew is just an incredible source of slamination.
Which means Anna's going for rough fucking.
Yeah. I mean, Anna's a big, strong girl. Which one did
I
you go with? Was it Fluffy Sheep or was it
There's fluffy
Sundari
sheep,
Sundari goat?
fluffy sheep, pale sheep, and chocolate sheep.
Yep.
I don't know. Do they have dicks?
They yes, I believe pale goat.
Because Anna
probably
is
have
straight.
one. Anna's straight.
Mostly.
In fact,
I was
let's
about
find
to
out
say.
which
Mostly.
one. Oh, okay. It is Fluffy Sheep. She's got a little
I'll
bit of
take-
squish, and she happens to have a big old schwingus.
I'll take the last one then.
You'll take Paley.
Okay.
All right then.
He's
I'll
either
show her a
that
good
or-
time.
'Cause I think Henry is afraid of Anna still.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't work out.
Also, please don't force sexual encounters with the mentally handicapped.
Okay, that's probably a good idea. Yeah.
I mean,
What the shit?
Yeah, it's right. He's that. He's
He's just that. He's beyond. He's animal.
Right.
He's not
I mean, I
quite
just-
animal stupid. He is
I
Right.
just
stupider
asked
than
Hoff,
most
do
animals.
we let Henry drink? And he says Henry's a big boy and can decide for himself.
No, he fucking
I-
can't.
yeah,
This is
no,
why
no,
Hoff
he
is the
cannot.
worst. This is why Hoff is the
Why?
worst, big brother.
Hoff is the worst. Okay, I'll take the sheep.
Alrighty. So yeah, squishy sheep and a big
I
old
will
meaty schwingus is
I
gonna
will-
take you down.
I'm not
So
even
she
gonna try.
thinks.
Not even. I don't think I'm in the state of mind to even try and control my tentacles.
Yeah, they will undoubtedly involve themselves in this whole ordeal. I'm gonna make a save for sheep. Poor sheep was not prepared for what's about to happen to her. Never mind, I stand
She was
corrected.
prepared.
It's my fetish when she sees tentacles getting involved. Well, okay, so yeah, they have a fucking fantastic time.
Tentacles, and then there's more tentacles, and then even more tentacles.
Yeah, turns out that this squishy big dick sheep girl is yeah, this is absolutely her thing. It's yeah, it's in a fucking slash fix. Jesus. Pale Goat's the red fox. Excellent. So yeah, you're all able to have a fantastic time. By the end of this all, Astra's looking greatly uncomfortable, even though she's partaken. She manages to keep her inhibitions in one piece, but there is no doubt that when she returns, that Cynthia is going to go through some experiences. Yeah, just fucking just jerking off onto the tree. Fuck you, tree. Sowing seeds. Sowing her wild oats around the trees. It's one of my favorite terms for knocking up a bunch of people.
I think my favorite term for whacking off is distribute some free literature.
That's pretty strong.
Speaking of knocking up people, are these ghosts on the T or whatever they're doing as druids?
Where we
I wouldn't
confused come
imagine.
from by
I would not
being
imagine that
jerked
they
off on
are.
by tieflings.
That sounds
It's
accurate.
probably up to the goats. Do they want to have fairy / tiefling kiddos?
Yeah, I mean, they don't mind. The sad reality is that they would be inclined in some cases to possibly sacrifice them, but, you know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure these guys probably wouldn't try to not have kids.
The question
Yeah.
is, do you want them to have your kids?
I mean, sadly, those who, you know, don't really have a choice.
Can
However,
I mean,
Cat-
pulling
Anna
out is a
even-
proven strategy.
Can Anna even get pregnant? I don't even know.
eh,
What's gonna happen? It's a mystery to me.
it's very true.
It's a secret to everybody.
However, would you like to make a secret 1d100 roll anyway?
I mean, how
A
secret does
secret
it have to
analysis.
be?
I mean, it's not really secret. In fact, everyone who's getting up to shenanigans is welcome to throw a d-hundo in there.
Is usually the mother who rolls a D100 though.
You both can. I mean, I'm always preferable that it's the PCs doing the rolling in the first place.
I can't remember if I want low or high.
High for pregnancy in this game, I think.
Yep. You are in luck in the sense that no children are going to be had, unless that's really what you wanted to happen.
I wanted to see what would happen.
I don't think you get a choice.
No, I get Kina's ones in secret. Yeah, proper rules for this. I think a definable pregnancies table would be a useful thing. Given to all of us. Yeah. A 1 in 5 chance. It depends. I tend to put modifiers in for the races involved.
Well, yeah. Races involved in there's an absolute 0% chance that like Bodhi and the Red Queen will do anything unless Bodhi suddenly became best friends with the goddess of fertility.
Yeah. In this case, though, everyone was banging satyrs. The test was fucking 50. But you all managed to roll on the pulling out chart, I suppose.
See? Proven strategy.
Mm-hmm. Just think of Jesus and try not to come too quickly. Pacifying the aliens. Oh, that's a really good one for jacking off. That's fantastic. I think pacifying the aliens is a very good one for jerking off. My favorite is just giving the old hand shandy.
Where did that come from?
In Twitch chat.
What?
Someone just said pacifying the alien is a great one for jacking it.
Fucking hell, my Twitch chat must have frozen ages ago. It's just fucking blank and has been this whole time.
Oh, you even got bits.
Oh my god. Ah.
You missed getting cheered at.
They must have thought you so rude, Savin.
Yeah.
God.
You monster.
Piece of shit.
Indeed,
Twitch.
there was handle animal jokes. The four Nesses are the fox girls from the deep woods of COC, which was probably StrayParadox.
Yes. It's like best part of that game, man.
And there you have it. Yeah, you guys succeed in your various sexual encounters. While everyone's busy, do you, stay in the area of the Grove, or are you heading back to the Keep in the Jarl's home?
I'm wandering back in the middle of the night. You crazy? Saoirse set up a hearth of moonlight and shadow. I'm staying here.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
can
that's an
see
actual thing.
really, really good in the dark, guys. Like, even people who already can see in the dark, you can see even better.
Yeah, indeed. You have night sight with color, I believe.
Ooh. Well then, yes, I will in fact throw down the bedroll here in the little gloom grove.
Just put beeswax in your ears so you don't hear anyone fucking.
No, I mean, little huts are perfect because, you know, no one can
Little
hear
hut.
what's going on the inside of a little
That's
hut.
true. So
Is
it's
that
actually quite a peaceful
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tiny hut!
You know
Tiny
what? I'm going
hut!
to start getting all the components together so that I can finish the gauntlets of ogre power. I need one more day to complete it, but that doesn't mean I can't set up for it now.
Yeah, sure. I mean, let's see here. To
We
be
already
fair,
know.
though, you have just finished doing a big magical ritual that made you tired.
Right. You know what?
It started at midnight, and then you partied for a few hours. You're probably going to want to sleep instead, but you can take ranks of exhaustion to prep.
No. Okay, I'm just gonna go to bed.
Okay. Someone asked if Anna wanders the night again. No, she's busy all night in the tiny hut.
Very busy.
Super busy. Up to her tits and busy. Yeah, you will have a pleasant night. Those of you with ranks of exhaustion, if you were fucking, I'm afraid you still have that rank of exhaustion. But anyone else who just, you know, slept, you're doing fine. Saoirse rolled deep. It's very true. Saoirse did good. Yeah. What do you guys do now? Morning breaks. The gloaming comes to its gradual end.
Snore.
I'm gonna saw logs.
Saoirse is going to hug all the fawns goodbye and give Chocolate Waifu a kiss. And we're probably all gonna head back to Overland Keep so I can finish these stupid gauntlets of ogre power I've been trying to do for like 4 months.
Yay!
Although now they've changed recipients because everyone's yelling at me not to give them to Anna anymore, which makes me sad because they were meant for her. But the ASI makes it moot.
I mean, I could spend that on a feat instead.
Yeah,
I
but
could get resilience.
You could give the gauntlets of ogre power to what's her
Yeah.
butt, Astra, and then she can use a giant magic sword.
yeah, which is what we decided was going to end up happening.
Yeah, because she has a strength of 10 right now.
Eh.
Yeah, so unfortunately, oh well. I'll just
Or would
end up
she like
making
Jason's sword?
no.
I think that's what we
It's-
decided was going to happen. Was
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's already in
Just
Astra's
make a
sheet.
new- It's a cool sword. Just make a new one that doesn't damage her every time she swings it. She's too low level to take that damage.
Astra has
I
plenty
mean,
of
so
hit
is-
points.
She's the same
Oh,
level as
time.
she's the same level as Jason was when he died. So
Yeah, well, you know,
Besides,
swords
she has a
hurt you when you
dedicated
wield
heal
them.
bot that will just always prioritize her. So
This is true.
Oh,
Parents,
well.
dedicated heal bots.
it's true.
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, you are able to return back. When you arrive, you can see that preparations at the Overland Keep have been at least begun for getting all these crab parts back.
We're eating well for the next few days, boyos.
so is she wielding it two-handed then, Savin?
Probably. Right now, she's not wielding it at all. So
That's
Yeah,
what I meant.
It's too low. Well, it's not too low, but it would be very harmful to her at very little benefit with her base 10 strength.
E.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's
But yeah,
why Viv casts magic.
In the middle of like the opening of the courtyard of the keep, as you're like heading towards the Jarl's place, you can see like the giant crab shell is there. They're still like stripping some of the gunk off the inside of it because, you know, when they got it back, it was late and they were like, fuck this, I'm going to bed.
Not a bad idea.
Hmm. Yeah, so they're working on it in the morning, and as anyone would expect, there is a big old cooking fire and plenty of crab cakes to consume. But yeah, Sursho's is flying a bit crooked. Astra is just a tent with a human being attached.
I do that once per short rest.
Regardless. Yeah, you're all back. Jeanette, you are able to return to finishing those gauntlets. It will take you one more day.
Yep. So that's what I'm doing. I like get to the keep, tell the Jarl I can enchant his new door whenever whenever he needs it, and immediately go to work.
Yeah.
Like on the way to the basement.
Yeah, it's gonna take some time because he has to get some artisans from Maker's Rest and possibly as far away as the First Holding to work on it. But he will begin that process because it's real fucking cool. He would go for the freelance, but he doesn't want to borrow workers from the other Jarl to work on his keep.
Seisha will try to find Astra to play with, but I assume she's already working out stress with what's her name?
Cynthia. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much immediately.
Just like kicks open the door. Hi, Dad. Bye, Dad.
Yep. Which he'll call out, don't forget to drink your tea. And then, of course, come and greet his beautiful wife in open arms.
Yay.
And does much the same as Astra.
Yeah. Hello, party. Goodbye, party.
Just picks her up, throws her over his shoulder, and goes to his bed.
I have so many stories to tell you. Oh, we've met a bunch of druids, and okay, bye, everyone. Slam goes the door.
Brew.
Yeah, but, we also have stuff that's happening in the world.
Yeah, well, that can wait like 20 minutes.
No, I'm talking winter.
For taking another week of downtime.
Another week of downtime. We have stuff happening in the world that needs to be resolved. We can't take a week every time we want to do something.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can afford one more day.
Mm-hmm.
One day to give a character,
Sure.
9 more points, that's fine, but...
Yeah.
Okay, so do we know what we want to do after this? We could always go to the freelance.
I'm just going to double check my actions of evil.
Oh boy.
You see, a lot of the things that happen in the actions of evil have a percentage chance of succeeding.
Oh, I'm also going to send the a letter to Kalara telling her about trouncing a crab. The giant
Sweet.
crab.
So, for instance, this here is recorded as an action of evil. I will take away my squares there. Those aren't particularly percentages for completion, they're percentages of success if they get around to those duties.
I should really rig something up like that for 70, the fucking Lord Winter villain track.
Yeah, I mean, Actions of Evil is something that I've had set up for a while. Like, there are things that are recorded as requiring a solo individual and requiring a force. Like, is it a solo agent that can do this job? Is it a force? Is it both, in fact? For instance, I'm sure there's one that you would be able to expect what it means, Unite the Sleeping Dead. That one is both a solo and a force mission for the Actions of Evil, and that's got percentage chances of succeeding, and then those percentage chances get added to their success tracker. And as their success tracker goes up, they do things like unlock more undead subtypes, aka, raise the CR of your encounters each time they succeed.
Ooh, that's really cool.
Yeah. So far, you guys have gotten the subtypes unlocked for you: zombie, skeleton, torture wheel, caster types, and
Torture wheel. Come on, call them what they are.
the bone wheel. And they've also rolled twice on more powerful. So those skeleton and zombie encounters became wraith encounters, or ghoul encounters.
I think you mean white encounters.
White encounters. That was it. White or ghoul encounters.
Yeah.
Like that's basically how that's all staged up. Because in some cases there is always the risk that waiting too long will make things too powerful for you. But there's also the possibility that if I just don't roll well for long enough, that you will be able to keep ahead of the actions of evil. Because like an evil person goes out to do his evil plans, he doesn't succeed every fucking time. Especially if it's not like the boss going to do it themselves. Like they have underlings to do that shit for you.
Oops, someone knocking on the door. Hey,
Underlings
might
are
be my PC
sometimes
parts.
incompetent.
Neat. Yeah. I've got all sorts of things here hidden in the actions of evil that all got percentage chances and success trackers that I try and keep on top of. And there are some that I'll have to actually scrub off and update, but I'll do that at some point later. For now, though, I'm going to apologize and say that for now I believe we'll be calling the session to a close.
Okay.
Usually
Okay.
would have been, 2.5 hours by this point, but I kind of started us late. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure Stray would like a
No,
nap.
you don't understand. My tower just came in.
Hooray! You can build PC stuff.
Yeah, my tower and I think the power supply.
Sweet.
Excellent.
Whatever this is. Let's find out.
Alright, well, I guess I'll see a bunch of you later on tonight for Warhammer.
Yes.
Oh,
the
by the way,
Naruto.
Savin
yeah.
and
Excited.
Gal.
Yeah.
Did you see those pictures I posted up
Yeah.
Where at?
in Artifacts?
Oh, yeah, I did. They're real cool. I like that the reference is extra KFC. That's the best use of your legendary spells.